Hi, this is PA Camping Dad, Doogie. I wanted to show you what I use as a fire starter. One of these, I believe it's, I'll post exactly what it is later, but it's an exfoliant pad, I believe. It's got the little bumps on it. It's a little more dense as far as the cotton than some of the other pads. Need to get the round ones. I found the square pads do not work at all, and these work great. And then I dip the edges in wax left over from candles when they've got to the end of their wicks. I collect the wax and melt it and dip this in it, and it makes for a great fire starter. Weighs about 5 grams on my scale, this average one. And let me show you how it works. The thing I really like about these is they not only, of course, you can light it with a lighter or match, but I often use a ferro rod, and normally I take it, actually normally when I use these I use 1/4 of one in my Element wood stove, but in this case I wanted to see how long a full one burned. If I'm doing a campfire, I would use a full one or a half of one. So I'm gonna start a timer so that at least I know what we're talking about. So and there it's burning. You saw how easily it caught and continues to burn nicely. I like these also because they're not messy. I can easily throw an extra one in. I have my little fire starting pouch that I carry, and in it I have a ferro rod, 2 or 3 of those fire starters, and the striker, and a little mini Bic lighter. That's one of my fire pouches. I like to carry that in my ribs pack. So I'll probably come back when this is burned out. It's fairly breezy today, and as you see, it's going fine. Nice big flame, and I would say not quite halfway burned yet. Been 3 minutes now. Say we're probably about halfway burned. It's been 5 minutes now. And 6 minutes. Yeah, I'd say that's probably about the end of the useful flame. Coming up on 7 minutes. So that's 7 minutes now. You know, it's still helping you, and if you didn't have a fire going in 7 minutes and 45 seconds, 7:50 now. It's 8 minutes now. It's out. So it actually lasted 8 minutes, although the last 30 seconds wasn't particularly useful flame, but I'll show you quickly how I make it. Okay, well, here's my setup for making my fire starters. I have a Christmas candle that was done. It was down to the last 1/4 inch or so, and all the wicks went out. So I pried up what was left in the bottom and put it in a little melting cup that I made. This is just a tin can that I cut off and I folded the top edge down so it's not sharp. Just something that I could easily dip in. A lot of people have wax melting dishes for the candles, or forget what they call them, the little wax cubes without a candle. You can just put it in and you can use one of them. I wouldn't recommend putting it on anything with an open flame because the wax is flammable. It can light. That's the point of it. This is the cotton rounds that I use. I got them from Walmart. I guess they're Swisspers cotton round, and I got the exfoliating ones. I think they're a little tougher, a little denser. So anyway, all I do to make my fire starters is I take it and just dip it in and turn it a couple times and try not to get too much wax on my fingers. And the main thing you want to have at the end is you want to have the center at least a dime's worth or quarter's worth in the center that doesn't have any wax on it, and that will allow you to catch the spark of fire steel. And I just set them down on a piece of cardboard that isn't absorbent. You could use a piece of metal or a piece of plastic, just something that's not going to stick to. And that's really all there is to it. And every so often I take a candle and I store old ends of candles and wax chunks for making various fire starters. These are the ones I take backpacking. Maybe at some point I'll also show the ones that I take for just car camping. I use the cardboard egg cartons, some sawdust from my shop, and wax from old candles that I obviously need a lot more for that because I pour it out and fill up the egg cartons. Once I fill them with wood chips, then I pour the hot wax over it all and let it sit and cool and break those apart, and they make for a really good fire starter, especially in inclement weather, because they'll burn for a very long time. Alright, well, I'll finish making the last couple of these and get out there and have fun.